Pocus.
Hi, I'm Jimmy. What's up, witches? Quit your witching because I'm here with my coven and we watched something hextra special. Witch, please. We watched Hocus Pocus 2. All right, I'm done.
Lock up your children! Yes, Salem, we're back!
And for a little bit of continuity, the first movie we ever reviewed on camera was Hocus Pocus 1.
It was back what was it, 4 or 5 years ago?
We had thoughts.
Yeah,
We had thoughts back then.
Yeah,
We had thoughts back then, but we have thoughts now.
Not as many now.
I think it's probably best, because with a movie like this, there's a lot of nostalgia built in and a lot of backstory. What were our thoughts? Summing up, what were our thoughts? I don't think any of us grew up with the original Hocus Pocus, right?
I did.
Brandon did. Okay.
Yeah, I'm a little bit younger than that. But if I remember correctly, the original video, we all agreed that it's not like a bad movie, but we didn't understand how it got hyped up in the prior 10 years. Because when it came out in 93, I think it was like a modest success, but it didn't really... It wasn't that big.
It didn't
of a thing.
penetrate the zeitgeist.
I didn't really hear about it a lot till probably like high school and stuff. And then by the time I got in college, it was like a big deal to my generation.
One of those films that probably people rented once it hit VHS, and it just sort of was there. You know,
I think ABC Family kept showing them during those 31 days of October.
It was available a lot.
Or Halloween. And I think that's what kind of got it in the zeitgeist a little bit more.
Yes.
Why do you all think it took them 30 years to make a sequel?
I don't think there was demand for it for a while.
It was just there. It was like, and I think you have to prove to Disney that this is a thing that they can make some money on.
Yeah.
True.
And they slowly brought the Sanderson sisters into the Disney parks. You started to see a little bit of Spirit Halloween in the last 5 or 6 years, and now it's everywhere. And they're like, okay, we got Disney Plus. We don't have to spend a bundle on this. We probably will pay our 3 leads a lot of money, but we can now make things a little bit cheaper because of Disney Plus. I think that's really why this is a thing. Disney Plus.
Oh, it's Disney Plus is the only
totally,
reason for this
totally.
being. It's literally just content for the.
It's
the
content.
idea.
This is more,
which is fine.
Content, which is fine. Which is fine. I just said which is fine. I'm very excited that you all get this movie and that you may enjoy it. We're going to talk about the plot.
We're going to analyze this as a movie itself, not just because of
Well, we don't have nostalgia.
We don't want to rain on anyone's parade.
And that's kind of my thoughts on the movie in general. It's mainly just geared towards 30 millennial aged females that absolutely love the original.
Young millennials, not like us old.
I'm glad you know.
I think the Thora Birch character in the first one really grabbed probably young girls.
Yeah.
I don't feel like there was anybody young in this.
They were 16 years old.
There was no kid character.
This is skewing older.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
And that's why I didn't get why the Sanderson sisters kind of wanted to eat them. I'm like, they're not really
teenagers.
Kids.
That was the.
But I think the idea is the virgin, so we can. They're still technically kids.
That was the Thora Birch's part, right, to be eaten. Like, that's where they're going after her in the first one, right? Am I remembering that right?
Stop, Billy, don't take that. Take that anywhere else.
I wasn't going anywhere.
I know.
Spoilers, no Thora Birch in this one.
The movie starts
For no reason.
in the 1600s with little kid witches. Then it cuts away, I guess, because you get their backstory in the first movie.
And by the way, you have the young Sanderson sisters for over 20 minutes of airtime.
Yeah. It's a while.
Which is not my favorite thing.
It is a while.
I feel like fans are probably really into that, though.
They might be. I just feel like the fans though want.
They want to see the
Miller,
lady.
They want the lady.
They want the lady.
And the third one, whose name I'm going to keep forgetting, unfortunately.
That segment could have been shorter, but I feel like that was really like a fan would oh wow, we get to see them young and look at them. But it does go on a little bit. And it does feel like the mentor should come back at the end.
Yeah, I thought it was either going to come back at the end as still the mentor, or when I had watched this 2 days ago, I thought she was going to come back as a villain.
That's also what a movie would do. A movie would the new girl character would bring the mentor character back to take care of the Sanderson sisters.
And you could do kind of like a face turn with the Sanderson sisters, make them good. Kind of like Terminator 2. Arnold's all of a sudden the good guy.
That's how a Marvel film would do it.
Yeah, Marvel would do it that way.
I mean,
and that would make it a different movie.
But by watching this movie, you would think they would go the Marvel route.
Well, but this movie is very much the first movie.
It is exactly almost the exact same thing.
It's a soft reboot.
It's a requel.
It's a legacy sequel. It's all those things of just remaking the first movie.
And a potential pilot for a Disney Plus show, maybe. Maybe.
Yeah, possibly.
Could be.
All right.
So jumping forward,
we go to modern day.
Modern day.
One thing I noticed, like we see that the movie is shot in Rhode Island, but you could definitely tell it was not shot in fall because unlike in the first movie,
which has a very autumn.
It's beautiful. The first movie looks lovely.
It does.
It just oozes Halloween.
Yep.
So then they're in school. They leave school. They go to a magic shop. I did not write down the magic guys.
Yeah, but that used to be the Sanderson sisters' house.
Was it?
Yes, that was the house.
I missed that the first time I saw it.
I thought that house didn't the house get destroyed in the first movie?
I don't know.
30 years ago, though.
Did they rebuild it?
Because that's how they knew that there was a trap door down there.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah,
because it was like kind of a gift shop kind of thing.
It's a magic.
It's still kind of like a magic shop, gift shop.
Yeah, and it's run by a guy named Gilbert.
Why do you think the Sanderson sisters are way more popular in 2022 than they were in '93? Because they had the gift shop that was related to them.
Probably because there's a movie
town.
about
Yeah. But because there's a movie about
that's probably why.
Well, that's also it's kind of a meta thing about they're more popular now because people grew up with the movie.
So
and now the people that grow up with it have kids that they can share it with.
Right. And when people
except for us,
when people see the movie, they're like, "Oh my God, the Sandersons, I love you!" Because that's the audience who's watching it. So it's kind of like a meta.
Got it.
Yeah.
But I wasn't a fan of people being, worshipping pretty much the Sanderson sisters
because they're the bad guys.
Yeah.
But people love the bad guys.
People love the bad guys,
even if they eat and kill children.
But this whole town really likes the Sanderson sisters.
Yeah,
which is really odd. And this is a town that people know the story behind the Sanderson sisters from 30 years ago.
There's no threat anymore.
There's no threat.
There's no threat at all.
Because even in the '93 film, there was still the threat. They were bad.
Yeah. Right.
And they would eat you.
Yeah.
And they
now they're like idolized in this town.
Yeah.
Even though they were very dangerous in that town 29 years earlier.
Yeah.
Which is kind of just weird that everybody wants to dress up as them.
Yeah. They tried killing the parents in the 30 years ago. They tried eating the children in 30 years ago.
It's like us dressing up as the Unabomber for Halloween or something. It just seems weird.
Or Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah.
And it's going to happen. I'm afraid
that
it's
is
going to happen.
But yeah, they get the black candle, then they go to the woods, and then they light it, and then you get the Sanderson sisters show up.
So Gilbert wanted them to light it because he couldn't light it because he's not a virgin.
He's not a virgin.
What happens next in the movie?
I think
so then
show up, right?
the Sanderson sisters they launch into a song
immediately.
The witch is
immediately.
The witch is back.
The witch
that was terrible.
I did enjoy the meta thing. She said, like, who are they performing to? Because I was like, can they actually hear the music that's playing?
Yeah.
Or are they just hearing them singing? Then immediately they take them to the sponsor of the movie, which is Walgreens.
And we're in Walgreens for a lot of time too.
You get the layout of Walgreens. You get
signage, like
you get
nonstop.
Products.
Yeah.
You got.
By the way, nicest local Walgreens I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's a really, really nice Walgreens.
I've seen some nice Walgreens.
That nice?
Very bright.
I've seen very nice Walgreens. But they were just scared of everything.
We had automatic doors.
We had automatic
at
doors
Walgreens
in
back
the 90s,
in 1993.
so they were scared of automatic doors.
And we had cameras back then.
They didn't know what a camera
we didn't have
was.
Camera phone, but we had cameras.
There are some funny fish out of water stuff here, like the Roomba stuff.
The Roombas
are amazing, and they even give it a small plot point.
And the Alexa.
The Siri Alexa thing is a little flawed, as you pointed out.
I liked it, but I get why you didn't.
It's a funny gag, but then they take it.
Yeah,
they go funny to it. But
they go to Disney Channel comedy.
Yes,
I didn't like
what he said. Disney Channel comedy. Exactly.
Yeah, over the top, gentle.
Sometimes it's just a little is good, but a little too much is not.
We like cheese on our pizza, but you're giving us a heart attack.
Right.
Yeah,
I didn't
underplay.
I was not a fan.
Underplay it sometimes.
I was not a fan of the Roomba thing myself, but
I love the Roomba thing.
But the only reason the Roomba thing's in there was for the plot point later on.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only reason it was in there.
It's true.
Otherwise,
but it was also cute just to see her.
I think that's fine.
Because that happened. Something similar happened in the first movie.
Maybe once.
She rides a vacuum.
You had the vacuum cleaner and the mop.
Maybe once, but not half the movie where they start following her around.
Well, they wanted you not to forget about the Roomba so they can take that salt out later.
Yeah.
They just bring it in later, and that way they show up just one at a time.
But she has to use the Roomba.
We have to spoon feed our viewers.
The viewers.
But not you.
That's right, not you.
I watched a Gilbert Gottfried movie last night that was so awful, but it was amazing.
Because it's Gilbert.
It's called Long Shot. It's on YouTube. It's from 2001.
Oh, yeah.
And it has like all the boy bands at the time on there, like NSYNC, LFO,
Oh, wow.
O-Town. But it has Gilbert Gottfried. Dustin Diamond shows up. Topanga.
Oh, wow.
College. Oh.
Damn.
It's horrible. Wow. Just watch
College
it.
Topanga. Nice.
Yeah.
That's yummy Topanga.
Yeah.
I love these three actresses, but when they get together, sometimes it's just that there's constant dialogue,
Yeah,
and constant vamping,
Too
and
much.
I'm just like, I can't pay too much.
Kind of like what we've been doing.
Yes, hey, we're the same.
Yeah.
But sometimes I miss the plot points because there's so much shtickle going on. You know,
Yeah.
God bless them though.
No, they do awesome.
For coming back. God applaud these women for coming back.
And Bette Midler is immaculate in this movie.
She's great.
Oh, she's amazing.
She's great.
And so is Najimy.
Yeah,
So it's great.
Kathy, Jimmy.
Sarah Jessica Parker is just a little subdued for me because she was so like.
She's
hyper
really
in the first
animated
one.
in the first movie.
Yeah, this one
but
just
they
feels like
kind of toned
she
her
took
down
a-
a little bit.
Like she took a Vicodin or something.
You have to realize these women are 30 years older than what they were.
Also, her husband ran over some kids.
Yeah. But then they go into a Blondie song and to hypnotize
one way or another, which actually
hypnotize the whole town.
I think that scene's really cool.
Yeah.
It's
I think it's done
better.
well.
It's better than the
Everyone's
first song.
the whole crowd's into it.
first
It had some energy.
Yeah,
It
it
had
had some
energy.
energy.
That felt fun, and that's
They get the whole town hypnotized
Which
again.
is the exact same thing as the
Which-
first film because
Correct.
they're at the.
I put a spell on you.
Yeah.
and that's what I wanted more out of this Hocus Pocus. I wanted more fun.
Here is
internationally,
where we
stupid.
see that they are watching the first Hocus Pocus movie,
That made no
in
sense.
which
Makes no
you
sense.
create some type of weird paradox
Very
in
paradox,
itself that the first Hocus Pocus movie exists in the same universe that the events in
Correct.
1993 happened.
Yep.
You're about to see
That
four
was-
Romans heads.
That was Hocus Pocus
Hemorrhage, my
one.
brain's hemorrhaging. Which could have been because everyone in the town is into the Sisters. What if there was a movie made?
That
and
would've
we
worked.
saw bits
Yeah.
of that.
Yeah.
And that you could even see the sisters see people playing them, like Glenn
That would
Close
be-
could play.
that would've
That
worked.
would be
Oh,
fine.
what is this? That could have been funny, but like
Yeah,
as
but-
it is, it's a weird Easter egg that makes my brain hurt.
Yeah, but
I
don't
just
show
get it.
footage
Yes.
of the actual movie
No,
that
don't
that
do
is
that.
of
It's-
that universe.
Like I get it, you want to be
It's-
meta, but that's just
No,
too
it just
much. And
Way too
it's not
much.
meta. It just
It's not.
unleashes a
That's
paradox.
lazy.
It just
It's lazy,
unleashes
really.
a paradox
Yeah.
that you can't explain
It really
because the
don't.
movie exists within the movie
Yeah.
that the movie
And-
is based on.
And once again, the
And-
scene will not be seen anywhere outside of like America and like,
No.
countries that
Western
are
Europe.
okay with.
Western
Same-sex
Europe and
humans.
America.
But Disney
So-
can still go, look what we did.
Yeah,
Look what
yeah.
we did.
Pat us on the back.
Yep.
Yeah, but you'll just
Oh, we're going to China. Let's cut that out.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they get the book. The book goes with her, and they all run off. And they learn. The book makes them read the warning for the power spell, which says it costs you something you
What-
love.
Because
Yeah.
what you hold dear. in
What
Yeah,
you-
what you hold dear.
So the most
Dear.
important thing in her life, which we don't know what it is just yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then they come back and they're like, "Did you read the warning?" And Bette Midler's like, "No, of
And
course
Bette
not."
Miller's
Why would-"
already done the spell.
Yeah. Why would you read the warning?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden,
And then
Thanos
yeah.
snaps his fingers.
Yep. We get the banishing of Sarah Jessica Parker and Kathy to Jimmy.
Yep.
Which I like that scene. I think it's really well acted. I feel
It's fine.
like it takes a U-turn, and it's just like, okay, we went from kids movie to kind of serious.
It
for me,
has
which I
an
really
emotional
liked.
yeah.
I like that
bit
a
to
lot.
it.
Yeah, it's got a little
And
bit.
I think there's a
Bette
little...
Midler kills. in that
Bette Midler's
scene.
good. I think the girls are sticking. These
They
little
are.
Yeah,
a
girls
little
are
too much
sticky.
stick.
The
Little
girls
too much
are
stick.
the girls
Too
are
much
still
stick.
sticking as they're banishing.
But-
Yeah,
but-
I wish
but
there was less
Midler-
stick.
They do the pie thing again, like they do in the
Yeah.
first
Yeah.
movie
Yeah.
when they're banished.
Because we remember that.
And then so Bette Midler realizes that she lost her sisters,
Who
which is-
she held dear.
that's her
dear.
most important thing to her.
Yep.
And
Which
she,
connects back to the beginning when we saw
Yeah.
them as
Yeah.
children, so that does
Right.
kind of come around.
yeah, because you're nothing without your coven.
Kind of.
And we've realized, okay, this is what she holds dearest. It's her coven.
But the weird thing, even with the Sanderson sisters,
Kind of
like
shit gets
they
on my
could
nerves.
they could fly, but it doesn't
Bill's
matter.
over here yelling at clouds.
No, but Billy, because like even, but in this
Functions.
scene,
Yeah.
scene I'm talking about right now, Billy, like the girls hold her hand and it reinforces her
Right.
force field
Right. Yeah.
to block
Well,
all
that's
the
just
witches
showing.
stuff.
That's just showing that the true power is in friendship. That's what that's showing.
Right, because they're covered.
I'll start.
Right.
I didn't hate it. There's a lot of issues I have with it as a movie. It does rely so much on that you have to see the first one. I've seen the first one a bunch of times. I didn't remember half of the stuff. Bette Midler is really amazing in this movie. I like Tony Hale. I like Sam Richardson. I like Izzy and Becca. Everybody showed up to work, essentially. But overall, would I go out of my way to watch it again? No. The first one, the first Hocus Pocus, it doesn't have like a big spot in my heart for me, but I can appreciate what it was doing. Whereas this is more, feels like a tribute band doing all the greatest hits of the first Hocus Pocus in a brand new package.
Yep, it's not for me. I was too old for the first movie, so I didn't really see it. I mean, I saw it, but it didn't stick. Overall, yeah, this movie is bad. Plot-wise, story-wise, it's really just, hey, you remember the first movie? Here it is again. So, enjoy. But to Brandon's point, I get where he's coming from. Yes, I guess it's a good fan service to the people who enjoy the movie, but as a movie that for it to stand by itself,
which is what we're basically rating it.
It is not good.
Yeah, some of that doesn't need to be in the movie.
Now hold on, and you hold on. This is my.
Yeah, this is Billy's.
I didn't say nothing when you were talking.
Which, please?
I didn't say nothing when you were talking.
I didn't interrupt you.
I know you did. No, I'm just going down the line.
I know.
You're good by association.
I'm just saying. This was asking me what I thought of it. And then I give an opinion, and everybody jumps in on me and tells me I'm an asshole.
We didn't say that.
I know. But no, I was not a big fan of it, mainly because there was too much filler. There was scenes lingered too long. People interrupt you easily. What did you think of the movie?
You all pretty much have said everything that I think about it. It doesn't stand on its own. But I just think about if I woke up in a world where I could go down. One of my favorite Halloween movies is Space Invaders. Mm-hmm. And if I woke up at this age and went down to Walgreens or Spirit and they had a bunch of Space Invaders merchandise and Space Invaders cereal, and I could turn on Disney Plus and watch Space Invaders
in 2022,
my brain would explode. So this wasn't for me. I appreciate the first movie, but I'm just so pleased that people are happy with this and this is what you wanted. Mm-hmm. Because if I could get Space Invaders 2, I'd be over the moon. So you got it, and I hope you enjoy Hocus Pocus 2. I mean that.
You're anything up your
I feel like this whole thing has run amok.
Cowabunga!
Oh!
As they take off on an adventure that's not quite out of this world.
Who taught you to drive, you moron?
Space Invaders.
We did win, didn't we?